Shireman has got to get it in there. Finds Tillman for the win. With .8 to play, no timeouts for the Raptors. Baseball pass, the game is over. And the Celtics win the preseason finale.
Tillman's clutch. He did this last year against Sacramento, and he backs it up again. That's our go-to guy right there.
The X Factor getting it done here to save everybody from an overtime game. Xavier Tillman and the Celtics, they go on to win the preseason game finale against Toronto, 110-108. The final things got dicey at the end. Welcome to Celtics Post-Game Live. Eddie House, Kayla Burton, Chris Forsberg here with you. Chris, what do you make of the overall preseason performance? And maybe we can actually give credit to X on that last one.
Yeah, so first off, X, even beyond the game winner there, great little finish, had a couple of big shots down the stretch. We all know the story, lost 12 pounds, looks more spry out there. I feel good for him. X going to give it to you when you need it at the finish line of that game. Saves everyone from overtime. You should get a Nobel Peace Prize when you avoid overtime in the preseason. And so all that's good. I think what we learned tonight, my big takeaway, is going to be like we're left holding our breath about Jaylen Brown. Like there's a lot of good things happen this preseason. I am excited about what's ahead in this regular season, and yet it's a reminder of how slim the margins are. Even when you didn't have Derek White or Peyton Pritchard on the court tonight, things got a little dicey. I still think Celtics are going to be much better than people think, but you need healthy Jaylen, you need healthy Derek White, you need healthy Peyton Pritchard. And so we're kind of just like in wait-and-see mode now over the next 7 days to know who's going to be out there and if Jaylen's going to be healthy enough. But everyone else who was on that court, there's a lot of positives we can pluck, and X is chief among them.
Yeah, you know, X equals no overtime, and I'm happy about that. Believe that. And so I'm going to go with you with, you know, our health. It's going to depend on the health of this season. And this is going to be a job for Joe Mazzulla. He's going to have to manage minutes the right way. And so I think this is going to be one of the most interesting coaching jobs that he's had so far as the coach for the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those challenging ones to where, okay, how do I do this? And night in and night out, it might be different. You know, I think that's how this season is going to go. You might lean on somebody different one game, and then you might be leaning on somebody different in the next game, and somebody that can give you plug and play. And I think that everybody showed that you could plug and play a lot of guys. Minot went out there, showed that he's a guy that could be trusted. Obviously, we know X could be trusted. We know that Kayla could be trusted. And then so the core guys that have been here, we're going to have to lean on them a little bit more, but at the same time, be able to blend it together. I think this is going to be one of the most challenging jobs for Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, Eddie, you're spot on. Joe Mazzulla does have his work cut out for him a little bit. You saw them trying to break that press, having some struggles. So, hey, sometimes it's like coaching up some of these young guys and putting them in the right position, because you're not going to see Jason Tatum, at least early on. We didn't see Jaylen Brown. You know, that does save them down the road. JB, Derek White, maybe even Peyton Pritchard in there. But just to work with some new guys and putting them in the right position. It also reminded me a little bit of the media day trying to break that press, which was a struggle.
You got to forget about that. You got to forget about that.
These players are way better. All right, Xavier Tillman standing by. He's 7 points and 7 rebounds. He's with Abby.
X, congrats. What a finish. Take me through the shot. I mean, take me through the play. Do you know it was good?
We drew up a play for Ant, and just in case they switched off, I had to be available. And when I caught it, I realized I was wide open for a floater.
And you nailed it. What were you guys saying to yourself?
Yeah!
What were you guys saying to each other in the huddle before that after the Raptors tied this at 108?
We were trying to figure out what happened on the 3, and then we were kind of telling each other to calm down and relax and let's go win the game.
How much redemption do you feel like you got after that, the way things ended in Toronto?
It was cool. It's still the preseason, so we're not going to take him too much. But at the same time, like, to be able to lose a lead by 11 and then still come back with a win shows our resilience. We just got to make sure we stop losing the leads, you know, we keep them.
Elite rim protection tonight as well. How did you guys do that?
This guy right here. I don't know how many blocks he had. He might have 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, but he was all over the floor today.
And then finally, X, clearly the chemistry developing coping pretty well here, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that everybody came back so early, mid-September, early September, you know, honestly, some people came back late August, and we just got it in. We're working out together and pushing each other. So by the time we got to this point, you know, we just wanted to root each other on.
Coming through on the floor. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A great performance by Xavier Tillman as we welcome in both Drew and Scal. The Celtics guys finishing on a positive note to end the preseason game. How exciting was it for X to get up the way he did? A big rebound down the end of the stretch, a big clutch three that he's been working on in the offseason. It's nice to see him hit that last point there, last bucket.
Yeah, it's awesome, Kayla. He's a guy who's very easy to root for. He's always smiling. We've talked about how mature he is, even though he's only 26 years old. He feels a lot older than that. RJ Lewis called him OG, and X was like, I'm not that old, but you know, he feels like he is because everybody on the team obviously loves him. You could see him in that post-game interview. And it's a good point. The three-point shooting was his biggest emphasis in the offseason. He made a big one, and then that was a great shot to end the game.
Yeah, it showed good touch, and but you know, across the board, a lot of good contributions today from a lot of different people. I think to me, Kayla really stands out because I wasn't sure when he came back. I have high expectations. We know the front court positions are available, and Kayla's as a guy that I, in my mind, had penciled in 22 minutes a night. And after the first couple of games, I didn't think that. So he's proven that he can make an impact on winning, and that's the key. It's going to be a key for all of the front court players. And X coming in and shooting that three in the fourth quarter, no hesitation whatsoever. The Celtics are going to need more of that from him.
Yeah, and talking about Kayla, you know, this entire offseason, and especially the last, you know, few weeks after he played for Portugal in Eurobasket, I thought for sure he would be the starting center. Do you still think that Nimi gets a nod in the first game?
I mean, if Embiid plays, yeah, but I think I feel like four guys are going to start, and I think the fifth guy it'll kind of rotate around. Or if we play a massive team, let's say Oklahoma City's playing Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein together, we might go with Kayla Boucher at the same time. But all I know is the five spot is going to be a earn as you go type of position. Kayla could be playing awesome, start, have a bad 3 minutes, and they'll go somewhere else. That's just the way that it's going to be this year for that group. And I think that they know that because those guys, if they play well, the sky's really the limit for us if the front court can replicate. You know, last year we have Porzingis, Horford, and Cornette. Those guys were amazing.
ChatGPT doesn't know that. ChatGPT had a conversation with ChatGPT.
You got him right, though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like AI is not taking over the world. They don't know who's on the Celtics right now.
I corrected ChatGPT, but I was nice about it. So when they take everything over, they're nice to me in return. But that position will be, you know, fluid, I think, during the season,
sure. and
it'll be matchup dependent. And Joe even said that before the game. You know, it's nice to have a rotation, but it also can be a good thing not to have a defined rotation and allow guys to come in based on the matchup, based on how people are playing. And yes, Kayla, after tonight, we will put it to bed. The media game.
They did you dirty.
I cannot believe how bad that clip.
They did you dirty.
I mean, that was wrong.
Hold on.
That was wrong.
Great.
I'm going to ask you. Hold on. What does Steve say about that clip?
You know what? I didn't even get a call from him, so that's worse. Because usually he calls. He wants nothing to do with it.
He saw that clip.
That's done. Hey, we are just like Eddie said, we're putting it to rest right now. No more media talk. It's over. It's now time to focus on the Celtics because fellas, rest up. You got less than a week. 1 week away.
Steve gave you the silent treatment.
Gave me the silent treatment.
Home.
It's a wrap. It is a wrap.
Hey, screenshot what Veronica said about your layup.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Hey, bye, guys. Appreciate you. See you next week. A week from today, the regular season begins, and it's all things Celtics as they finish out the preseason 3-1.